Hey, is this working? I decided to take my lunch break and finish off some Zipatones. Trying to make some progress today. Got another page laying over here that I need to ink tonight. Maybe I'll ink it tonight. I'm not sure. It's Friday, right? Yeah, let me ink this page. This is all jacked up. I don't remember drawing this, so one of those things, and this is a problem. Some of these pages I went a little bit faster than I should have, and I should have taken my time, but this is missing a panel here because it's part of, I screwed it all up when I was penciling. So I transferred the blues onto another page so it wouldn't have to do it on this page for some reason. Oh, because I had an extra sheet of paper. I didn't think I was going to waste this part of the paper, but I was going to use it for something else and I totally forgot. You know, so just wasting space again. But whatever. So I'm going to try to do some jump on during lunch times, I guess. And stop playing on my computer while I'm just waiting for people to respond to me. So I can get some pages off. And this was Zipatoning and inking last night on Omar's channel. I don't know if it's hump day or whatever his thing was last night. And it's kind of weird because sometimes when you're zipatoning at night, you can't see how dark things are. This is really dark compared to what I thought it was. I thought this was the lighter shade of the Zipatone here. And I cut these parts out, but I can see I had already rubbed them away. So I gotta find that little rubber. And again, this is the Japanese X-Acto knife, and it has this round edge. So I can rub on top of the Zipatone. Looks pretty cool afterwards. Just gotta kind of find that right angle, and it just pulls it away. Just really kind of nice. So you don't have to cut it out. My first pages I was doing when I was zipatoning everything, I was pulling actually cutting the sections off instead of doing it this way. And this was a mistake here in the ink, and I thought it was cool. It looks like she smeared her. This is supposed to be the blood coming off from an earlier panel, and it looks like it's smeared, which I like a lot, so I kept it there. And then this is a little bit of buildup with the deleter white ink. I kind of like how it looks, so I just left it as is. Oops, wrong way. It's kind of hard to see. It's grainy as shit. I kind of do wish I put the lighter Zipatone here, but because he already has that same color Zipatone, and I kind of don't want to because I've already etched into the paper pretty well. I haven't busted it yet completely. So I'm getting better at understanding how far or how much I can push down on this stuff. beforehand I was tearing up the pages, so, and they were like really bad tears through. But I highly recommend getting this X-Acto knife versus cutting shit out because it's just a pain in the butt. Oh, there's some stuck. Another funny thing about cutting away the Zipatone all the time is you'll end up getting it everywhere, and it's just everywhere all over the house. Like I'll find it on the bathroom rugs and uh, in my underwear at times, which is really weird. I don't know how the hell it gets there. Well, I mean, it's only happened once, but I'm just kind of guessing right now. I don't really know how to shade or anything, so I'm kind of guessing where the light's gonna hit from this struggle, I guess. And I was really trying to bring Tommy back, so maybe I should bring his. Maybe I should redo this section here. Throw down some new Zipatone. I'm not sure. Let me find some more Zipatone real quick. Aha. Here's the Zipatone I use, of course. The Tone Set 1 comes with the 4 different versions. You got a nice stack over there, and this is like this is my spares that I keep. I keep some of the shavings off too, so I can scan this up later as well and use it as a texture. I'll probably put on my site as well as like just a bonus texture if people wanted to use it or not. I use textures quite a bit in a lot of background elements and stuff, like in the characters or not characters, the type characters, I should say. And it adds that like rustic look or that really busted looking effect. If you take a look the website, the Saboteur Comics, my website, and you download that preview. If you look at the very first page in there, on the wall, I think it says like USDA beef or something like that. But you can see how I use that texture in the copy itself, so it like has a worn out feel to it. Plus, I'm just a texture nerd, so. And if you wanted some textures to use in anything, any project for free, just go to my other website. It's called Saboteur Supply, saboteur.supply in your browser, and you can get a bunch of stuff for free there. Before I was getting back into comics, I was doing during COVID, I was doing I've always had like a love of like clothing brands and like the graphics and just shitty style of 90s skateboard brands. So during COVID, when I wasn't really working as much or I was looking for jobs, after being laid off, I decided to start like a little side hustle thing and start a little clothing brand, Saboteur. Just to do what I used to, think I loved and stuff. And I did it till last year, I think. And I changed the direction of it because it got to be, it's just really hard to do. It's hard to buy all the supplies, and then I got a press in the garage that I use for the actual shirts and things, and it's hard to do something that's kind of fun and not cheeseball without putting meanings all over stuff. And if it's just the brand name, it's not really much. People don't really give a shit. But when I was creating the graphics and the effects for some of the shirts and some of the trailers I would use to promote the shirts, um, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty effective, like, effects to save for future use for any designers or motion graphics people. And so I kind of converted the Saboteur supply into a texture house and started saving all that texture over there and just gave it away for free whenever I make stuff. And it's really handy because I still use it to this day. I'll need something for, say, like the Tommy's logo itself. You can see the textures are inside there. Because if you look at how I did the Tommy's logo, I printed this out, inked right over the top of it, and I created different variations of the logo. So throughout, what's going to happen is, as the book progresses and gets worse and worse, or you get more into the character and how it's happening, it'll start very clean, like it's just a very generic logo, very clean. And over time, as the issues progress, it'll get worse and worse, and then get more and more decayed or more and more grungy. So I'd take this and then scan this up versus the actual hard vector lines and use this for bumpers or trailers that I was making and the effects that I wanted to have. So this has some whiteout paint and all kinds of just junk all over it. Then I'd go into my actual other site, the Saboteur Supply, and get some textures that I wanted to use, and then use that as an effect or an overlay. I'm gonna put that in the chat just to have it there, so if anybody ever watches this, you can take a look at it. Saboteur Supply. There's a bunch of stuff in there. There's like plain white paper you can use for backgrounds, newspaper print, plastic, torn paper, all kinds of stuff. A lot of this stuff too, I'd be like walking around when I was traveling and take pictures of walls to get the graffiti, like the real graffiti. So if you wanted to use overlays and like you're drawing a wall back here, for instance, and you wanted some real spray paint texture, you could just drop like a texture effect and then pull off the levels on it to make it blend into the background really well. Things like that. But I'm gonna put that in the chat. So if you want some textures and stuff, go get it. It's free. Just type in 0 at checkout and you'll get them. Same thing with my little preview comic of this book, Tommy's. You can get that for free as well. Just do the same thing, type in 0, and you got it. Gumroad's really cool because when I was doing the t-shirt company or clothing company, it's paying like 30 something bucks a month for just the hosting and the domain, and not the domain, but just the hosting. And I realized if you're not doing anything with it at that moment, you're just burning money. So I was looking for the best way to like host something, right? Without paying for anything. Even though I'm like building up Saboteur right now, or I'm trying to build up Tommy's right now. Um, it's nice to have a website to go to, but I don't want to pay for it. And so what I did was did a bunch of research, and Gumroad seems like the best way to go, especially when you don't have to pay for anything. I'm not paying for hosting. I'm not paying for crap, just the domain. And that saves you $350 a year or some crap. I'm not sure. I haven't read into the specifics about how much they take. I think it's like 10%. Maybe it's less. I'm not sure. I think they take a X amount until you reach a level. Once you do start selling something, but still, it's like you saved that money already. So it makes more. It's like, I don't know. It's more economical that way. Maybe I'm not making sense. I just think of that way to myself. Over the years, I've gotten really tired of paying for any type of service. Say Netflix, I can't stand that crap anymore. Paying for everything monthly. So I haven't had Netflix in like 2 years. Got rid of all my subscription services, and it's kind of nice actually. All that money that I've saved over the years, I instead of, I should put it this way, the last 2 years or so, 2 years ago, I decided to quit drinking and smoking for an entire year, just to kind of save money, to see how much money I was burning. Because on average, I was spending like $60 a night at the bar, right? And I was like, how much money could I save, and what can I do with that money? So I decided to go start traveling again. And so I like, made this promise to myself. I was like, well, I'm going to quit drinking and quit smoking, and I'll take that money and put that into just travel, and just blow whatever I had saved overseas. So I can't remember where I ended up going. I think I went to Romania. I went to Bucharest and stayed in Bucharest for a month over there. And then when I was in Bucharest, I had that as my home base. And I flew over to Germany to go hang out with some other clothing brand guys that I had met online. I had a great time over there. That's with Raw Forces, if anybody's into that type of stuff. Raw Forces, German like military brand. Hung out with him for a couple days, which was really fun, and his friend. Had a great time. Got to see Munich over there. And then I flew back to Romania and was trying to decide if I wanted to go to, since Romania was cheaper to stay at, than Germany or anywhere else. I was like, I'll just use this as my home base and then just bounce around from here. So I flew back to the rest, and then I really wanted to go into Egypt, but I think there was something happening at the time. I can't remember the hell happened. I was drinking so heavy at the time. Well, I was drinking a lot when I was over there. I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to go over to Istanbul instead. So I spent a week in Istanbul. Then I flew back to Romania again. And came home. And after I came home, I was like, geez, I just did some of the coolest shit ever. So I decided to do the same thing the following year. Then the following year, I did the same thing, saved the money, and ended up being able to fly to. The plan was to fly into Italy and travel through Italy into Sicily. God, I have to look at a map to remember my plans, but that all got canceled because the Airbnb did something weird and they canceled all my crap and gave me all my money back. So that kind of screwed me. So I was like, screw that. I'm not going to take that journey. Then it just felt like it was a bad vibe or something. I don't really remember, but um, I decided to fly into Greece because Greece had a cheaper air flight. So I flew into Athens, and my plan was to go over to. Oh my god, I can't remember all the names anymore. Anyway, there's a small island off of Athens I was planning to go to, but I decided not to. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I was gonna go to Poland after, just to fly over to Poland for fun. But I was like, let me go fly over to oh shit, where the hell did I fly? Budapest. I flew to Budapest instead and then stayed there for a week. And from Budapest, I flew over to Prague, stayed there for a week, and then flew back into Budapest because Budapest is cheaper, I believe. I remember looking at online to see where is the cheapest places to be and how much the flights were, and I could get flights for like $20 at the time. This is last year, and flew back over there to Budapest. The drinks and the food was cheap as hell. Stayed there for 2 weeks, I believe, and then flew back into Athens. Athens is a little bit more expensive, more on like the American side of prices, in my opinion. So not really doing a lot of saving there. And I remember looking online before I went to before I went to Athens, the areas you're not supposed to go to, like kind of like the fun places to be. So of course I had to stay in that area, Zamonia, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. It's just like the States, like anywhere in the world you go. There's a lot of drug use there, which is kind of crazy to think about. It seemed like there was I don't know what the hell they had. I don't know if it was fentanyl or what, but there's a lot of people just slumped over everywhere. And that was odd. Took a lot of photos of that to use for my clothing brand and met up with some cool models there for the brand and came back and decided this year I really wanted to do comics, get back into it. So here I am. All these death scenes here, or like the blood scenes, I wanted to do something different, and I don't know if I really like the idea now. Um, Let me keep going just to see if it works or not. I don't know. Another thing I was thinking about last night when I woke up this morning when I looked at this page. Um, I was thinking like between the pages itself, do I need to continue this type of motif, like where it's like the dark panels and stuff? I'm not sure yet. But it's here real quick. You have all these bright ideas and then I can't pull it off. This kind of sucks. So if that's highlighting here, it should be dark. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna have to add stab wounds to her as well. Because if this panel was saying he's stabbing repeatedly, should add some marks to her. I don't know if that's going to show up or not, but we'll give it a shot. It probably won't show up because it's going to be too small in reproductions. So this is in this part of the story itself, without giving too much away, this kind of retells like first 6 pages I did in the preview. What ends up happening in between the preview to the end of this book. These 2 girls, I should say. And one of the girls is actually a very important figure in the book because she is a daughter of a senator, as the story goes. And the senator decides that he wants to send an agent out, like an FBI agent out, to investigate, like, why is his daughter missing? And that's the kind of the plot of this section of the story. You're not giving too much away. And that's what we're kind of leading into here. And the rest of the story is, of course, has the FBI and all that fun stuff. The cool part about researching a lot of this story was like understanding the timeline of serial killers and when did people start to use the term serial killer. And who was involved with those things, and how did the agencies share the information, which wasn't really good. I think we all know that. But understanding all that stuff and trying to incorporate that into the book has been quite a help too. It's kind of like researching and studying how things like that worked in the 70s. And being a big fan of those type of movies from that time period. Whoa. Looking at the girls' hairs and stuff like that. Like, I totally had this wrong when I first initially did this, because in the preview, because this was just going to be sample page preview, or not preview. This is just going to be like just for fun. So I didn't think about the time period, and I didn't put all the logical steps in. So after I had started to work on this, after the 6 pages, I was like, oh crap. Like, let me think of the timeline, and they're wrong. So I came back into these pages later on and started to add little tiny, I don't know what you call it, background effects and stuff. So like, she's got like 70s style socks here because I was trying to make them feel like they were coming from the 70s versus whatever time period they were in. And good thing I decided to do a Jeep here, because Jeeps are just always looking the same, just a big box, right? Box truck. Um, had to figure out the underwear, like their bigger underwear, because they didn't really wear, G strings like they would nowadays. Um, just little things like that, little details add in. And here you can see, like on this part of the panel, I'm adding the circles to the master document here, saying to add the, like the USDA choice beef, like they would do in um, older buildings and stuff. Even though this looks like crap. So she's not stabbed up here yet. I don't know if this mic is better than, or my headphones are better to use than my mic. Whatever. Chatting last night with Omar. I've been watching a bunch of people's YouTube channels and stuff, and Omar's giving me quite a bit of tips and tricks. So I gotta thank him for that. And so I'm just trying to see how this stuff works. I don't really care about YouTube and stuff, but I'm just trying to get myself out there more and try to get this book out there more. I know it's always wise to try to do that before you start to launch a book. And I'm not really sure how I want to launch this book. Kind of want to just put it off myself somewhere. And watching the Turbo Fighter team when they interviewed James Coates, I believe, from Powerpole Comics. He was talking about the printing process that he was using and how he also was looking for like a newsprint printer. And that's like a big key for me. Like I really have to do it for this. Like I want that effect, and that was the whole reason for me to start to gear towards 70s. And why I'm doing the Zipatone and taking that road versus just zipatoning in on my iPad or something. But James is saying that in the United States there isn't really a news printer anymore. And I know that Alterna Comics does newsprint, but I don't know if they farm it out or if they actually bought a web press. I'll look into it later when I get closer to being finished with this book, but I'm starting to look at the printers, the printing process and stuff too. And what am I talking about? Just lost track of what I'm talking about. But I really did appreciate how James Coates was saying that, they were trying to do the same thing and try to find a news printer, and his local printer is an offset printer. If you haven't seen his book, that thing is gorgeous. It's Galaxy Gods. And when I got that book and I opened the pages, I could actually smell the ink. I was like, that's exactly what I want. Like that smell when you're a little kid. I don't know if we really got that much more later in the 90s, but we got it quite a bit up to the late 80s, 90s. You'd open a book and you could smell that crap. And the old newspapers where you get that black ink on your fingers. Like I still want that, like that nostalgia, I guess you could say. I want that back. It's like a very important part of this story, this whole book, to go to that type of effect and that type of nostalgia. Kind of really put it in its time period and place. And another good point, I think I had said this before, but another good point that James was talking about was the size of comics from the 70s. And I was like, shit, I totally forgot to think it. I didn't even think about that. And thinking of the size of Golden Age versus like modern comics. So yeah, screwed myself on that one again, but I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that and see if it's just a couple more inches or whatever it is, or not inches, but fourths of an inch or a quarter inch, whatever it is, extra. So the other day I was going to look through my comic bin down below me, and I started to buy some of the underground comics, like the Leather Nun. I think it is Leather Nun, and kind of expensive online. Kind of sucks. And I show this book a lot because I think this book is just fabulous. This is the Galaxy Gods, but there's that smell, like right when you open this page, it's like Jesus. It smells so good. But I'll have to dig through my bin here to find a Leather Nun one day. So I only keep books that I think are really cool down below me. I don't know what the hell this is. Some really cool new stuff I've been picking up. All independent books. This is really fun. This is like a spectacular book, Tales of the Frog Knight. Really cool. Doomstar. This guy's a phenomenal artist too. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but phenomenal book as well. Yeah, I won't be able to find it in this stack of crap. When I was talking to Omar last night, how I got in, why my style is like the way it is. This is like basically it. This is like Eric Canetti in '96, and I love the sharp, angular style. This is a Verotic, and I remember, beyond Tim Vigil and that style of art, this was like what really got me passionate about changing the style up. This is Black Velvet Studios, their original like kind of company, Eric Canetti's. Back in the day when they had a little team of people working on stuff. Dave Johnson, whatever. Yeah, good stuff. I'm just getting off track because I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. Rambling. And I'm almost going to be done because I got to get back to work soon. I don't know if I should add some, what do you call it, pull effects here. I feel like I'm getting dumber. I can't remember shit anymore. What do you call that? Motion lines indicate like we're zooming into her, but I kind of like that. It's kind of okay. God damn it. Now where's my phone? I forgot to do little short videos for YouTube because I want to be a YouTube star now. No, but I can do some shorts here. And Instagram stories, you know how it goes. don't know if I'll do more to this panel here. Just leave it as it is. They're really light tone. You can't see that well up there. And I'm looking at the preview on the screen as well. And I don't think I'll do more to here. I'll just leave that as is. I don't know if I should do anything on this panel or like leave these two panels alone, really. So we have the two like murder scenes, right? If that's the case, I shouldn't have done this here. Or maybe I can add some what do you call that? God, my brain is just fried. It's kind of cool. Can I add some here? I wish right here you could see this a little bit better, but you can't see it. Stick. I don't know if you should do or get Fixer to spray these pages down. I think I might actually today. Because what I've run into with the Zipatone is, you after you're done and you put them in a pile and you forget and you're like moving the pile around, you'll pull off some of the Zipatone, which sucks. Because you'll notice really later on when after you scan the page and you're just missing a chunk from something, you're like, God damn it. You can't really fix it. I mean, you could fix it, but you don't really notice it, and then you're like, shit, it's already over, That makes sense. But learning the Zipatone process and learning all this new stuff, I've never really tried. Which really kind of not pissed me off, but it really kind of annoys me that when I was young and doing this stuff, I never really learned to shade or learned to color. And now I find myself wanting to do that. I want to color. I want to know the shade or how the light's hitting something like the right way, but I just never studied that. I always just studied stupid shit, like just the draw the character or do little turns and stuff like that. I never really did much of the technical stuff or fundamentals. I wish I had. Now it's kind of bugging me that I never have because it's just such a good thing to know, especially like right here. This probably won't look that great compared to what I had thought, but we're gonna give it a shot. Maybe it should sound like Bob Ross more. What's kind of nice too is I can see over on my other screens over there, on my right hand side. I separate my work from my little art playground, so I can see my Slack. See if anybody pings me or not. Oh, this is their hair. I forgot. It's not too bad. Different. So going back to my older story that I was just telling a minute ago about traveling, I didn't travel this year. Oh, that's a lie. Oh, I didn't go overseas this year. I'm saving more of my money to go back to Japan for next year with my daughter and my mom. Really just a way for me to go back to say bye to my family. I'll never see them again, probably, to be logical. And my uncle's 86 and my aunt's 89, maybe 90. So yeah, I'll never see them again if they make it that long. Um, so it would be nice to go back to say bye, just see them one more time. And it'd be great to go just to go see maybe my old neighborhood, my old high school. I don't know, reminisce a little bit. Um, I'm sure that quite a bit's changed. I haven't been back since '98. I don't think. Yeah, nine. Was I in Okinawa '98? I think so. '98, '97, '98. This is the last time I went, and went up to Fukuoka also with my sister. This time I'm not sure where all I'm gonna go. So it's quite a bit. That sucks though. I shouldn't have gone that far. Oh well. Um, it's quite a bit more to fly to Japan than it is to fly to um, Hungary and Budapest, I should say. From here, it's like double the cost. So probably double the amount of money I'll be spending as well. So I gotta save up quite a bit more. So that's the plan. That's why I haven't gone anywhere. But I did go to Area 51 this year. I think around my birthday, just as like a birthday present to myself. Um, I had always wanted to go to this little bar. Sounds stupid. Sounds really stupid, but I had always wanted to go to this little bar in Area 51. It's called Alien Inn. And it's right outside the back gate of Area 51. And it's just a little restaurant bar. And it's, of course, all the tourists stop by and stuff. I didn't realize that there was a movie and they had mentioned that bar restaurant place and made it kind of famous. So if you look up Alien Inn, you'll see pictures of me posing out there, acting cool. And if you look up Area 51, the back gate, you'll find me there too, hanging out, posing. It's a cool drive. That just sucks. I just look like shit. Um, there is a cool. Well, I should say it this way. I was over at Alien Inn having a couple drinks, and then drive over to the back gate to Area 51 because you're not going to get inside Area 51, of course, and you're not going to go roaming around the area. Um, you'll see the little white trucks popping up, just like all the videos you see on YouTube. Um, but it's interesting when you're driving over there because you're driving and your maps won't work, of course. And there'll be like a paved road for a little bit, like in the little town, Rachel, a little paved road. And then as you're driving, the road just disappears and turns into a dirt road. And so you're just driving on this really fucked up dirt road for quite a bit, quite a while, actually. I'd say about 20 minutes. You're just driving. And you feel like you're going nowhere. Like you're just like, okay, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, and it feels like they kind of churned the road so it was like harder for little cars to get through. Unless you have like a really nice 4x4, because I just had a little Honda Civic that I was driving through. Or I don't know what the hell it was, like a Hyundai. And I thought I was gonna blow the tires as I was driving through. But you'll end up kind of coming to this just the flats out there, and you start seeing like the gates popping up, and then you know you've reached the back gate to Area 51. And I mean, to be honest, you're not going to see shit. Not, I mean, you're not. I think the actual base is underground. Just, and I think you'd probably have to drive like another 50 miles in to actually get close enough to the base to take a damn picture. Because all you're taking picture of is just the security shack and the gate, and the stupid signs that say "Do not go farther." So if any of you wanted to ever go to Area 51, still go. I mean, it's kind of just a fun thing to do for shits and giggles. You're not gonna see shit. You might see aircraft, like low flying aircraft, but that's about it. Oh, and the big thing they do tell you, they told us that the Alien Inn is be careful of the cows at night, because the cows apparently will run into the road all of a sudden, and then you just smack them. I didn't know that they could run that fast, or if they do, I still don't know. But I guess there's some pasture close by. As I bit my tongue, pasture is close by, and shit, that's so ugly. Fuck. And I guess they've like taken out a few cars and along the way, tourists that come into town, and they get stuck in that town because the cow decided to run into the road, which is kind of funny. But I think it's about 2 hours away. You have the other like kind of attraction, the Clown Hotel, which is kind of cool too. The cool part about the Clown Hotel is it has a graveyard in the back, which is really cool. And at the graveyard, it tells you like how the people died, which is kind of messed up. Which is it's actually kind of funny too. I shouldn't say funny. It's unique because it'll say random stuff like got hit by a wagon, which sucks. Like it kind of makes me think like, how do you get hit by a wagon like in the 1800s? Do you like they can't be going that fast? So like, did this dude like step out from like a saloon and then like just get smacked by a wagon? Like it makes no sense to me. But it's kind of, I mean, that one made me laugh. Um, it's unfortunate that it happened, but and it's 1 o'clock, and I just saw my Slack turn on. Jesus. But I think I'm pretty much done with this page. Let me check my Slack real quick.
I know, it's a little fruity.
That is Barbie light.
But have you noticed?
Yeah, nothing important. But I think I'm done with this page. Even though can't really save that bottom panel. Was that cross? I think maybe in the future I won't use this as dark of zips for a full figure, unless they're in the foreground or very far background. It's not too bad though. Kind of fun. I know I'm gonna look at this one forever because I'll be like, oh, that sucks so bad. What I've also been doing is adding just a little bit of white on top of the Zipatones as well.
She went trying to see what's really going on, and then they messaged these guys and others saying like, "Oh yeah, you're not beautiful." And so that's kind of like,
and the extra punch.
I don't know their relationship. I don't know their friendship. And me looking on the outside looking in, I would be like,
I really do enjoy the fact that I did try this as a challenge to myself to do this little horror comic at first. This is stuff I don't typically draw, like struggling scenes of girls getting strangled like this. That I don't draw this stuff, so this is the first time I've done stuff like this, and it's kind of helped me as an artist kind of grow a little bit to understand more. As much as that sounds weird, I think it's interaction between the people that I should say is different, that I have never done as much of. And now I want to do more of the interaction because I really do enjoy doing this type of thing now, where they're actually physically in altercations against each other. It's hard to pull off. Instead of a superhero pose of just somebody flying through the sky, I think this is a lot harder to pull off. And superhero shit. Keep brain farting in as I'm talking and trying to do this and thinking about if there's anywhere else I wanted to add or correct. Add some lead decker white tones real quick. I think this is okay.
So maybe Mahler just had no idea. Like I think that's maybe true. Yeah. But I can tell as uncomfortably doesn't want to ensure acknowledging any of us on the screen or Gary does Mahler, which is.
I think that's good enough. I think this page is call it for this page. Not bad. I don't know what that was. I don't even know if this whiteout will stick long enough or if it's gonna rub off. So I think I will buy some fixer, some adhesive stuff because I've run into pages that are losing its Zipatones. So okay, I'll do some stuff tonight probably as well. I'm just gonna keep jumping on live and just annoy the fuck out of everybody. I don't give a shit anymore. Try to get this book done. You'll count how many pages I have left over there. Real quick. Where's that page I have to ink tonight? There's one I'm inking. I can need to ink. I don't like this one. It doesn't do anything for me. So I might use one of my backup pinups, but I wanted to introduce a different comic book inside of the comic itself. This is Giggles. This is a high school 1994 era character I came up with that I really would like to do one day. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like the Harley Quinn that I was back then. So this is more of a fun project where it's like going to be giggles. Just a lot of jokes and stuff. But more pages. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 9 pages left to ink. So making momentum. And I got a shitload of pages to Zipatone. So yeah, I'm still looking at into December. But making progress. And that's it for today. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.